What's going on? Another Sunday night. Cape Fear Soul Seekers video blog. Episode something 11. I think it's episode 11. I'm here with Mr. Brandon Blanks. Mr. Snyder is going to be here shortly. We wanted to go ahead and get started. He said that we'd be okay with that. So, because we got lots to talk about. It's going to be a good show or a good vlog. So, announcements for actually go turn my guitar rig. Wait a minute, I can fix that. All right.
Okay. That's what it was.
My guitar rig is on and it was making noises. So we had an investigation this past Tuesday at the Juggling Gypsy. It was pretty awesome. I'm still not seeing any comments. I'm wondering if we're having the same stupid problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Log in on your phone.
Okay.
And there's a bug in the studio. And yeah, or yeah, see if we can get it going. Still my rig. Crap.
There's one comment on it.
Line, I'm not seeing it.
Huh. Let's see, Vincent DePirio.
We're gonna have to switch. Golly, my laptop's screwed up.
Uh-oh.
That's my laptop then, because it's not doing anything. Stupid.
Say 6 people will view them. 7
Yeah.
people.
No, it's not doing anything.
Yes, there it is.
Alrighty. Yeah, well, what's going on, folks? Hey Elkie, hey Vincent, hey Scott, hey Jay, hey everybody. Once again, I'm having freaking laptop problems. I think it's my laptop. It is getting a little old, so we might have to switch over to the cell phone to get this going, which is very weird. Somebody make a comment. Let me see if I see it. How's audio? Anybody commenting on the phone?
It's refreshing.
We might have to switch over to the cell phone. If so, we'll just do it from the cell phone. No biggie.
3 comments.
We got 3 comments, and I'm not seeing a thing.
Oh, Ellie. Vincent. Vincent says he hears us just fine.
But I can't see. Oh, wait. There they are.
Popping up.
Yep.
Slowly.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. So we see those. Those are
Nice.
working.
Okay.
Dude, do me a favor. Jump up and turn off my rig, will you?
Yeah.
I was recording earlier today. My guitar rig's on, and it's letting us know that it's still on. So sorry about that. So right now we're seeing comments. So thanks y'all for letting us know. So real quick, I'm gonna go through some things I have to go through, announcements and rules and things of that nature. Jeff Snyder is going to be here. He's on his way. He's about 10 minutes out. We are PG-17-ish. ish first. So do not let your
Don't let your young ones
watch this. Hey Elijah, what's going on? See, now I'm seeing the comments coming in good. So or letting me know stuff's going on. All right. So that's I gotta do that every video or every video blog. Got to get that out of the way. We are also streaming for or recording for podcast. We had a good investigation at the Juggling Gypsy this past Tuesday night. We were also filming there for now it's working. Heck yeah! All right, we're doing good. All right, good deal. Grayson, what's going on, sir? All right, this is good. We had a good investigation, a lot of interesting experiences. Can't post anything from that right now because it has to do with the Cape Fear Soul Seeker show. So all of that is in the process of getting edited for our next episode of the Cape Fear Soul Seeker show. We've got folks logging in. Hey, what's up? What's up? All righty, this is good. This is working. And I'll also get to everybody's comments, obviously, after the vlog with likes and whatnot. And so we're going to be filming episode 4 soon in his neck of the woods, out in Delco.
Boonies.
Yep. I'm doing a Make a Light episode and a UFO episode out there. We're still trying to add video and audio to our Cape Fear Soul Seekers website. If you have not seen it yet, Dustin's doing real good with helping me out. Dustin Ivy is my producer with all of this, helping us out big time. www.capefearsoulseekers.com. Go check it out. Please share it, like it, whatever. Videos on there about us. There's all kinds of cool stuff on that website. So, all right. I think I got all this stuff out of the way. There you go. So we're going to start off. We have some breaking news before we get into too much into tonight's. There's some people that are really waiting for tonight's episode, which I'm really happy about. They're interested in wanting to hear what we have to say about odors and dreams and that sort of stuff. So I'm excited for that. But let's get through this breaking news, and I'm gonna let Brandon share some interesting. We've talked before you get going. We've had an episode about talking about Men in Black before. I know some of y'all remember that episode. Brandon's going to share a little experience he's been made aware of just recently.
This week, actually.
So take it away.
All right. Well, I'm not going to disclose the names or the area. So I want to talk to them first to see if it's okay, but probably not. But either way, a friend of mine, and actually two, they've had several Men in Black experiences this year. I would say right here in Wilmington. Most recently, just the other day, Tuesday, I was actually in the building. I saw the vehicle, an unmarked truck, or not truck, but a SUV. Unmarked plates. They really couldn't tell.
When you say unmarked, what do you mean? What does that mean? What do you mean by unmarked? Just
it's
blacked out or something, or
it's very vague. It's like it has like nothing on it that's very comprehensible. If that makes sense, like it don't look like normal plates. But I didn't get a chance to see the plates of this particular vehicle myself. However, they told me there's been times where this vehicle just sat outside the place for like an hour, and then it's always when whenever they're having conversations about aliens or whatnot, just whatever, and it just seems to always.
Are you sure that's not just law enforcement? Do you think it's maybe law enforcement, not Men in Black? Do you think they might be in trouble and we just don't know about it?
Anything like that.
No? Okay, so you know them better than that. Okay.
It's just very, very weird. I'm going to keep my eye.
You know I got to play devil's advocate.
Okay, of course, we have to.
Yeah. So
that's pretty much it. I mean, when more is revealed or develops, I'll let everybody know.
So for all of y'all who don't know about the Men in Black, feel free to look that up on the internet. We had a really good episode on that. A lot of good discussion. I believe they are real, and I believe they are. Obviously, they are in Wilmington, quite possibly.
Really good movie. Will Smith is fun.
Maybe just passing through. I don't know. Could they be passing through? I would say some things about that, but I can't reveal the sources, so I have to be quiet. So that's just keep an eye out. You never know. What do they say? See something, say something. Isn't that the thing? See something,
Something like that.
say something. I don't know. So just keep in mind that Men in Black could be right under your nose, and you're not even knows about it.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, it was lame. I'll pull them for you. That was a check for you.
Yeah, there you go. That's the only one I'll get tonight.
You get some one.
Gets one. Oh, mercy. Hey, Bobby, thanks for joining us. So, all right. So that was our kind of breaking news. Let's get right into. Let's talk about dreams first.
All right.
Let's talk about the alien side of things. Jeff will probably walk in right when we're getting right now. Wait, he's gonna walk in right now. Right now. I could do that all night and lose everybody that's watching. So, this has been happening. Okay, so I have. If anybody watching has this happen to them, there's a reason I wanted to talk about this, because I have reoccurring dreams. My reoccurring dreams are of tsunamis obliterating Wilmington. I've had them since I was a kid, and I'm always either waking up like right before the huge wave hits us, or I'm running in slow motion trying to escape the wave as it's coming. I haven't had them as much as I've gotten older, but I still have them. So I'm wondering. I'm not much of I'm not much on research on what dreams mean. That's that and the other. But I watch I'm a big sci-fi fan, and so it got me thinking. What if? See, now comments are slow. Give me a text. See, texting.
Okay.
See if we can get it rebooted. I'm wondering if these dreams, or someone has a premonition, or someone has a vision, or multiple visions, could this be? Was that you?
Should be.
Okay, well, yours just came in. I'm wondering, could that be someone else's?
Yeah, me again. I think it should make it just goes live.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm wondering, could that be communication? Alien communication. I mean, or do they have other ways of communicating, like telepathy? We don't think about things. We don't think about just how advanced they possibly could be. You know what I mean? I don't even think the shows, a lot of these sci-fi movies and stuff, really, because they could do so much more.
Pretty good.
You know what I mean? On just how smart aliens possibly could be. I mean, if they are that much smarter than we are, why not just get into us through our minds, and point us in a direction that maybe as a guide, maybe not necessarily as a negative thing,
yeah,
but maybe possibly as some sort of guidance or a sign. Maybe they're able to say, hey, you're having these recurring dreams because something's coming, and you need to be. It may not be could be a metaphor.
Yeah.
You may not be I might not be actually seeing a potential future tsunami in Wilmington, but it might be a metaphor for something else that I need to be aware of in life.
Could be.
And it could. And what's to say that it's not alien? Hey, Jason, what's going on? Thank you for joining. What's to say that it's not? Or who's to say that it's not?
Of course.
Or if you have this vision, of all of a sudden you have an epiphany of what you need to do in life. Who's to say that you didn't get a little help? And I'm not taking away anybody else's beliefs on anything else. This is just an idea I had, or thought. That's all it is. So I'm not trying to take away anybody else's beliefs or thoughts or processes of what they're brought up to believe and that kind of stuff either. More power to you. Respect. But it's just something sometimes for new viewers, sometimes we throw out, they're just ideas and thoughts. Some of those ideas and thoughts are based upon actual experiences that we've had. For new viewers, Jeff Smider, Brandon's one of my co-hosts. Jeff Smider will be here shortly. He's been a UFO hunter for well over 10 years. I've been in the paranormal business or field for well over 10 years now. Between the two of us, we've experienced quite a few things, which has sparked me to think a lot differently than a lot of people might. And still respecting people as well in the process during all of the span of what all I've experienced. But that's just one of my thoughts, and anyone's welcome to chime in on that if you would like. Hey, Kay, we're talking about, could aliens possibly communicate with us through dream technology? and or telepathy, and or is it one and the same? What's your thoughts, Brandon?
Well, we're all energy. I mean, you, me, all viewers, we're all energy at the very core of everything. We know that sound frequencies are different ways of communication, like animals, dolphins, whales, they use sound to communicate. And we know that
patterns.
Yeah, and patterns.
Right.
And who's to say that through sound, they as an aliens can hijack your dream state and do sound vibrations, manipulate your dreams, or by not manipulate them, but by sending you messages. And in that dream
tweak
state,
them.
In that dream state, we're very lucid.
Right.
So I mean, just a little bit of nudging or talking to your subconscious to like say, "Hey, a wave is coming. Wait." Your mind will generate that.
And even then, it might not be a wave like per se water, just a wave of something. That's another thing. Pay attention to your dreams, or don't necessarily take your dreams. In my opinion, don't necessarily take your dreams to be as what they seem to be in the dream.
Of course,
I like to dissect my dreams.
Me too. There are a lot of I could just say books and websites that really dive into the meaning behind the dreams. And water itself has many meanings itself in dreams. You should I don't know, maybe just Google like tidal waves or to tsunamis hitting cities in dreams and see what that pulls up for you.
That's a good idea. I've actually, I don't know, maybe I'm too scared to find out what they mean.
I've researched my dreams quite often. Like, I see animals in my dreams a lot. And
right.
Unfortunately, I see a lot of snakes in dreams. And snakes can be either a good omen.
We all know you're Satan.
Yeah. But snakes do have different omens in dreams, and it all depends on the color of a snake in the dream, or if you kill the snake. If they say if you kill a snake in your dream, you are killing an enemy that's trying to manipulate you.
Okay.
If a snake bites you, that means that enemy of yours is going to have a victory over you in some way, shape, or form. It's all about really knowing what you've dreamt, knowing it, and when you research it. And
now, could your knowledge in astrology influence someone's dreams even more or less, even with alien technology? Could they use that to their advantage?
I'm not
possibly, if that could be a thing.
Well, before I jump forward with that, let me just say that the planets and the moon, they change daily, periodically.
Okay, real quick. Elkie says it gets more complex, but basically a wave symbolizes your emotions. Elkie man, or Elkie, that makes. I almost said Elkie man. What in the world am I thinking? That makes perfect sense. I did not know that, but I'm pretty, I'm a pretty emotional person. I always have been. So wow. There you go. That's like, I'm so glad you said that. That's just huge. I never really would have never guessed that, but yeah, I guess. Wow, man! I just had my brain just went. Whoo! Wow! Thank you so much for sharing that, Elkie. So I'm sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go back to
like for example, like I said, astrology is kind of complex, and you have to. There ain't no really way to do a astrology for dummies
right
thing, but Neptune deals with a lot of dreams. It represents dreams and magic and sorcery, things like that when it comes to astrology.
Right.
And if you have your personal chart, if it's heavily Neptune influenced, or something's going on at the moment that's causing Neptune to really affect you per se more than it would anybody else that particular day, then you might have more lucid dreams or more wild dreams that are being manipulated by Neptune, depending on
how about this? You mentioned something about the retrograde.
Oh, okay.
So could that have influence over dream state? Or in other words, I'm wondering if aliens have ways to manipulate astrology to enhance, if they could get to people through dreams.
Gotcha.
Could they use astrology as a map to enhance those dreams?
So.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to say.
I think so. Like you said, retrograde. Right now, we are slowly about to work our way into Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year. It's the closest.
That's like the bad one, isn't it? Like that's the one that everybody bitches about.
Yeah, it's the one everybody mind bitches about Mercury deals with communication and travel, and retrograde means go backwards. And it doesn't mean the planet itself is literally going backwards. What's actually done is when people look in telescopes,
right,
it's optical illusion. It actually looks like the planet is moving backwards, but it's not. It's optical illusion through telescopes. But what does go backwards is, I guess, the planet's energy. And retrograde means go backwards, review. So basically, anytime a planet goes in reverse, retrograde, you are supposed to review your life, review your karma. And Mercury goes retrograde Halloween night this year, actually.
Well, that's why I'm going to stay home.
But it goes direct November 15th, I believe. But the thing is, we're already in a retrograde period because technically...
Is that like the epitome of 1 step forward, 3 steps back then?
Yes.
Okay.
And every planet goes retrograde, but each planet represents something different. Right now, Mercury is going retrograde, like I said, Halloween night. And currently, Uranus and Neptune are still in retrograde. So if there's wild dreams going on, Neptune's been retrograde for the past 5 months, and it won't go direct until, I think, mid-November.
Well, so that's interesting. I mean, and who's to say? Again, these are just thoughts, but I know Brandon's an astrology guy, or person, and he's pretty knowledgeable with it.
I am.
So.
I want to hand myself up. Why not?
And why not? So
I'm the shit.
I like to. Sometimes something will just we do with these video blogs. Something just way off the randomness will pop in my head, and I'll be like, "Hey, could, and I'll just kind of run with it." So that's kind of what just happened just then. So, and who's to say? Feel free to comment on any of these. I think you might just end up having to boost these things every now and again with your phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Because I just feel like we're still lagging. I feel like there's more comments that I should be seeing. Yeah, there we go. Like he says, laugh out loud. And Jason Mills just joined. Thank you, Jason. We're having a little delay on this Facebook thing, so Brandon, we have figured out a way to kind of outsmart the delay, and Brandon's going to be boosting. He's going to be the, I guess, mediator for the comments. So we'll try to get to everybody's comments. We do appreciate all new viewers and our regulars as well. So we were just talking about would it be possible if aliens could use their advanced technology to get into our heads and manipulate our dreams in a positive or negative way? Whether it be a premonition, visions. I mean, you would think. I don't want to. It would strike me as interesting. I want to say this more correct as I possibly can. For someone that never has done anything,
Yeah.
just kind of monotone throughout their lives, and all of a sudden, bam, they get this vision.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not knocking on that person particular. I just find it interesting that part of me thinks, hey, a small part of me thinks, hey, maybe, just maybe, is that an alien looking out for that individual, saying that particular person's got potential that particular person needs to be using. And he goes, we're putting this in that person's head.
Possibly.
I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying.
I think astrology could play a big part of that.
Right.
Because everybody's birth chart is different. Not even like identical twins. So they can be born minutes apart from each other. Their charts will be very similar, but still be different. And I think, and I know from everything I've read and from what I've experienced myself, anybody that has a lot of 12th house placements in their natal astrology chart, they're more sensitive to things. And like you said, he could go 30 some years without, he or she could go 30 some years without really tapping into that. And then out the blue, just because they have a lot of.
See, the out of the blue to me could be the aliens going, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Make it or break it.
Yeah, they could be watching, waiting for a certain alignments.
I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens.
Alien guy.
That's right. That's right. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's
aliens.
But it's aliens. It's probably aliens.
Pyramids, aliens.
Yeah, well, we missed that. Was our last week's episode.
Aliens.
Cats, aliens. That's right. So, all right. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, I appreciate your input and your explanation with astrology as well, because I kind of feel like that they are anything that's that mapped out could absolutely be shared by other life, other life forms, and be used, especially in ways if they are more advanced than we are technology-wise. Yeah. That's just my. Why not? I mean, you know what? I mean, heck, look at half the X-Files shows. I mean, they touched on a lot of interesting things. So, all right. Well, let's move on to. I kind of want to save some of the. We're going to talk about odors here shortly, but I want to save that a little bit more for when Jeff gets here. Where somebody commented, Elke. We only use a small portion of our. Elke says, we only use a small portion of our brain. Why not believe that you yourself have the capability to have premonitions or visions? Maybe we sleep. Well, that's true too. And that's true. I mean, and you're absolutely right. We only use a very, I totally agree with that. We only use a very small portions of our brains.
10%. Really.
But, I've just felt it was interesting to talk about in a way, not in a way of degrading humans by any means, but just more of a way of, something that's not talked about a lot on a lot of movies and stuff, on more on how other species that have possibly more there's Jeff, that have possibly more better ways of communicating can do it through our dreams in our dream state. Scroll down. There's boosting it. No, I saw her comment. So that's all I'm getting at, is just maybe there's other ways of them, in telepathy. We hadn't really talked about telepathy.
It's all about manipulating energy, really. Right.
Which is another thing we could talk about. The auras and energies and energy waves, and communicating even through the EMF field, not just on, why couldn't aliens tap into the EMF field rather than just, it being typically known as a spirit world.
Who's to say they're not?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And who's to say they're not? So, so I think that's going to be wrapping up that little segment. Mr. Snyder is here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm madder than hell.
Oh Lord.
Madder than hell.
He's here though.
Look at here. I come all the way through downtown Wilmington with my windows down and my doors unlocked, and not one time did I get opportunity to get raped or molested. Not once. Son of bitches. I guess it's because I was listening to George Jones and they don't like it.
Or it could be because you have your alien shirt on.
I would have.
Not that I'm making fun. Scoot closer.
Oh,
so the world can see you.
Oh, they don't want to see me.
They love you.
Trying not to be.
No, this way. You need to come this way.
Oh, I need to come this way.
Yes, sir. You went the off. There he is.
Oh my God.
Mr. Snyder's here, everybody.
Hey.
Say hey.
No, I ain't really off.
Now the energy. No. Up higher. There you go.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All right. So with that, with his grand, that man knows how to make an entrance. With that being said,
and everything.
we're glad to have you. Glad you can make it. So we just missed. Well, while we're at it, why don't we wrap this up on with your with your thoughts on? We're gonna let him have the last word on that segment on thoughts. When it comes to aliens being able to possibly could now these are just questions. This is questions. These are questions and thoughts and opinions. Could aliens possibly communicate to you through your dream state?
Oh yeah.
Now
It's called sleep paralysis.
you think that's what sleep paralysis is? You think that's
maybe not every time, but a lot of times it is at my house.
Well, that's interesting.
Yep.
The Three Musketeers. Yeah, yep.
I was in the middle of town trying to score, but hell no. They wouldn't have it.
Yeah, we're back at it. We're good in the new studio. Got the expansion going on and a lot more room. A lot more relaxing atmosphere. So what do you think? So like we talked about premonitions, recurring dreams, visions.
Yep.
Do you think that this could be something that they could tweak or manipulate, to their advantage, and or maybe in a good or positive way, bad or a good way?
Well, sometimes it's I wish the bastards would tell me how to go about making money without having to work for myself. Because that's when I was late getting.
Give me the winning lottery numbers.
I had to run
in a dream
down from a dude, or I'd have done been here. But I think they can control a lot of things when they deal with people more when they're subdued. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When they've got more control, because if you were to wake up and you had all control of your faculties, I'm sure they would be getting herpy a lot more.
Hey, Sydney, Sydney's joining us.
But yeah, they
that's your Sydney. That's not your Sydney.
right. Yeah.
That's my next door neighbor, Sydney. What's going on? Thank you so much for joining us. We're just wrapping up a segment on possibilities of. Hey, Jeremy, what's going on? We're just wrapping up a little segment on could it be possible if aliens wanted to communicate with us? Could they communicate with us through dreams via visionary, being a vision, premonition, reoccurring dreams? But we're about to wrap that segment up. But please think about that. Look, if y'all have, you want to think about this over the next few days, feel free to make a comment on it on our next episode at the beginning. Yeah, just yeah. Or if you had any, if this has inspired anybody to have a dream,
well, sometimes
we'd like to hear about it.
Sometimes when somebody has a dream.
Alien-wise.
Alien-wise.
Right.
When somebody's contacted or spoken to or something, I know of at least one situation where they have sent messages back to another person. And that, to me, was a little weird. But
I don't think they make it easy for us.
They don't make nothing easy for us.
No. Like even like coding or ciphers or something like that.
Nope. And the more these old movies I watch, the more I can see how they've changed the human appearance over the last few years. I'm telling you, man, they've dabbled in everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, let's move on. So the next segment I want to get on. Well, while we got a good crowd, let's go ahead and go to the odor segment.
Okay.
So here's my thing.
Alien odor. Or
it could be both. We're gonna tap on both.
All
All right. I don't see why not. We'll start off with the spirit side of things. Adam Gilmore's there. Megan, we appreciate you guys. Are you all logging on? We're getting ready to talk about. We just talked about alien communication, possibly through us through dreams, being whether they are a vision or a premonition or reoccurring dreams. We just wrapped that segment up. and we're getting ready. And Elke made a lot of good comments. We appreciate her comments and suggestions and ideas.
Boost it real fast again.
Yeah, well, we're seeing people logging in, so that's cool. With that being said, I've been a paranormal investigator for well over 10 years now. I don't even remember how long it's been. I don't know how long I've been at it
More
now.
than a day.
So, yeah. And I have witnessed a lot of strange things, and odors being one of those strange things. And multiple types of odors. I've smelled cigar smoke in a place that no one smoked in years. I've smelled perfume where it's been days since someone's had perfume.
Especially if it's a lady's spirit.
Yeah, and I've smelled some really nasty odors, almost like death.
Yeah.
In my time. So we're gonna touch base on a few of those odors. And I'm going to start off with the foul odor first, because I'm in all my experiences, I've only been a part of that a couple of times, but it's an odor you'll never forget, and I hope that none of you all experience that odor. I can't explain it other than it just smells like death, or foul, rotten, everything all combined.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, and with my personal experiences and research, Megan, my niece just freaked me out. She said she smelled burning flesh one night upstairs and heard loud footsteps in my attic. We don't have floors up there. Whoa,
that's very possible.
I'm not here to scare anyone, but when it comes to thank you for sharing that, Megan. She's for streaming or for audio purpose. Let me reread that. My niece just freaked me out. She said she smelled burning flesh one night upstairs and heard loud footsteps in my attic. We don't have floors up there. Okay, so the burning flesh, now that might not be the same type of odor that I'm getting ready to go into.
Well, it could have been what they manifested or something.
Well, my thing is this: if they smell the burning flesh repeatedly or over a period of time, there might be some cause for concern. It's kind of like spirit attachment versus transient. You know what I mean? So if it's a transient smell, smells can be transient too. So if it's a transient smell, you're only looking at a residual energy that will not be around there very long, and that's probably the highlight of that residual energy. You know what I mean? Like that's if she smelled this and heard footsteps. It's very possible that could be the last of its being able to use, and then that might be the last that they hear of it. Listen, on a positive way, or it could be just the opposite, and it could be spirit attachment, and it could be an intelligent energy, and it could be there and telling you that it's theirs. You know,
so for her personal case, we don't know how their house is.
Right?
Is the house new, remodeled? Y'all move in?
Well,
was there a fire in there?
I've talked to this lady before, and they've had some experiences, but nothing quite like that. Okay. So. And like I said, that could be, and excuse my expressions on this, that for what that was, it could be just a big bang before it's like, okay, well then now we're gone, you know.
The last hurrah.
Right, exactly. It could be the last hurrah. But when it comes to, I think it may be something attached to her. Her father killed himself if that's the case,
sorry.
You know, I would strongly suggest getting the, you know, if it's not, you know, if it's not bothering you. Some people are okay with that, but if it's definitely bothering you, I would suggest getting the house cleansed, saged, or whatever beliefs you are, have someone come over and clean it and sage it. That's what I'm telling. I would try to get the house cleansed, Megan. Sage or crystals. Show her that. Explain that to her.
I wear crystals all the time. This one right here doesn't really per se anything for protection towards spirits. It's about, this one represents clarity of mind. But there are all types of crystals out there that you can find that would that are protective. They absorb negative energy. I think one's called gosh, I just bought 3 this week. I'll come back.
That's a word. Now she's going to ask, where can I go to get these things? So you can tell her.
Are you in Wilmington or?
She's in Wilmington.
She's in Wilmington?
Yeah.
Well, there's a place here in Wilmington that I go to. It's called Mystic Elements. They have stones,
sage,
candles, every little thing you can think of to protect yourself, or if you're looking to open your mind, better awareness. They're good for. They have everything. They have everything.
So tell her once again where to go.
It's called Mystic Elements.
Mystic Elements. Check them out. I guess they're on Facebook.
They are.
Yeah, I think they have a Facebook page. I would just look them up on. I'd look them up on Facebook, Megan, and message them, and then see if you can't make some sort of connection that way. And then if you can't get a hold of anybody, let us know, and we'll try to reach out to them for you. So, or we could just do that anyway, and I'll message you on Facebook if Brandon finds out some stuff for me.
That works.
Okay. So, well, let me know if you can't get a hold of anybody next couple of days, and if not, we'll be more than happy to try to reach out. Cause,
provide you some info or something.
Yeah, because he's a regular there, and they know him pretty well. So, but again, so that you might be looking into like a spirit attachment to her, which I believe should be handled, but maybe handled by someone who has experienced those kind of stuff before. Mystic elements. There you go. So, because that's you could start with small things like, not small, with not so drastic measures like crystals and sage and that kind of stuff, and see if that works.
All sage really does is it cleanses energy.
Sorry, I just freaked out. My kids are here, and I don't want. No worries. That's what we're here for. Just right, look. We have. Here's the deal. You're new to this. We have segments that we talk about, but we will stop that segment in a heartbeat if someone needs our help, and because that's what this is really about: letting people know we're here, letting people know we're here to help. If you don't feel comfortable talking about any of your experiences via the Facebook live feed, me, Jeff, Brandon,
me too.
Any of us will be more than happy to take any of your questions and concerns through Messenger.
And we just want you to know that you're not crazy.
No, you're not crazy.
You see what you see, you hear what you hear.
That's right.
There.
You smell what you smell, you feel what you feel.
That's exactly right. It's there.
So, and just, thank you for reaching out to us. That's what we're here for. But going back to odors, I'm still not, I don't know that the odor she described is not basically more or less, the odor that I'm getting ready to go into, it's more foul than that. It's like, that's just a part of it,
nasty.
And if it's just that smell, and it's ongoing, I'm going to lean towards that being a little bit more on the demonic side of things. And if that's going on in your home or business, I highly recommend that, first off, you try to debunk it and see if it's, maybe an animal or something first. Exactly. But if you can't debunk it, then, if you allow those kind of smells to linger, it's only going to eventually affect you personally.
Especially if you have a lot of negativity.
That's right. If you already have
right. Home.
That's right. Exactly right.
It's just a bigger black cloud.
Yeah, it's just a bigger black cloud.
Really. Energizing it more or less.
So I wanted to get the darker odors out. first, just because I personally experienced those, and I just felt very uncomfortable. Like I walked into a house one time. I'm not going to say where it was, and they wanted us to come do an investigation, and they were talking about this odor they couldn't get rid of. They had people coming in, and you know, I'll go most anywhere unless I feel it's a big responsibility doing what we do. A lot of people don't really think about that, but we have to think about my personal safety, my team's personal safety, the homeowners and business owners' personal safety. It's you know, there's a lot to be, you know, to think about when you're doing this stuff. So, you know, I walked into this house and I could feel it and smell it. Okay. And I was just like, we can't do anything for you here. I've only said that twice in like 12 years.
Wow.
And I said, you know, we would, you know, a lot of times we'll go into and it's you know, family members passed on and just things that, you know, that, you know, just I try to, and I also try to make sure we get as much information and research before we go in anywhere first, so we're more prepared. We're not just randomly, you know, most of the time. Once in a blue moon, I'll be more vague when it comes to EVP sessions and stuff, but I was at the Gypsy, but that's for another reason. But I don't, you know, if there's a point where we can't do anything, we're only going to make it worse if we're, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. I feel like if it's that negative and that dark and that evil, you know,
something called priest.
Yeah, you know, and get the house clean. I mean, I'll set up cameras and some recorders, and we'll get, you know, we'll stay outside, but I'm not going to put my team. We ain't going to start asking questions.
And another thing about odors, I've raised cats, and I'm always conscious that I may smell like one or smell like cat pee or something. I don't know if I do tonight or not.
Well, you know me, you're asking the wrong person.
Shower, but
my sinuses suck.
Okay, anyway, we were at the Highway 55 one night, and I was terrified that one of my guys had a cat pee smell on him. When Brandon noticed, he was the only one in the whole entire crowd noticed that cat urine smell. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And come to find out, that little boy had a cat, or was a kitten, I believe.
Yeah, the one that we thought was there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And Brandon noticed it, and I was afraid it was me or one of my guys. Is every once in a while we get tagged, or they'll surprise us.
Well, new viewers don't know what tag means, so we'll have to recap on that.
Well, I mean the cat will tag it. Yeah. But just every once in a while we'll get, just every now and again that happens. And,
well, I'm very highly sensitive to energy and smell. Like when I was younger, I got hurt and I had like a vein cauterized up here, so my sense of smell is jacked up. I smell everything, and when I caught that with a cat, I mean I was around y'all all night. And
it was us.
It wasn't. It was like when we were sitting down.
But he noticed it.
And the moment I actually interrupted Matt here because he was asking questions, and I was like, Matt, stop. I just got a whiff of cat urine, and I think when I said that, the flashlight that we had
went
on the table,
off.
it was started flickering.
Yeah, because we were doing a flashlight session.
Yeah. That second. So it was like, and,
I remember that.
And each time that we asked questions, the odor got stronger.
Right.
And then when we finished, the odor just gone.
And I was afraid it was one of us, but it wasn't.
Now, I'm also you know, and I find it all relative, and I'm glad it was mentioned because it's going to just even bring a little bit more validation to the rest of our segment. Now, when it comes to perfume and or cigar, you know, it's very rarely that it's cigarettes.
My grandfather,
it's more cigars. Is it like I don't know why, but like I'm talking about on investigations that we've been on, that the reports have been the odor reports have been specific. Very rarely is it someone says it smells like cigarettes. Yeah. It's always, at least for me and my team and our, it's always cigars, which I find. I find it extremely interesting as to why is it not cigarettes? Why is it?
I don't know.
You know,
Or a pipe.
Yeah.
You know,
like I said a while ago, my grandfather, he dipped snuff, and he died in 1994. And to this day, I could be in my car, I could be in my office at work, I could be in my bedroom at home, and I will get the aroma of that same snuff, the little white can with the little silver cap.
Yeah.
I can just smell it.
Yeah.
I can taste it, even though I never did.
and again, this
I
goes
come out of nowhere. So I know that his spirit or
something saying, hey,
something is around.
That's right.
right, and I think like perfume.
You're right.
Again, if it could be a couple of different things. If you only smelled it like once or twice, and then it never, that was it. But you remember it. Again, that can fall under transient. You know, just a little bit of a residual, energy left over from when they were there or alive in this world. If it's ongoing, typically, now here's some things to think about too, folks. If you're smelling, pay attention to your surroundings, because if you're smelling an odor, and it's just that's all you've got, and you have no other what's the word I'm looking for, activity going on, then most likely you're possibly dealing with a residual energy. Right? So for those that don't know, a residual energy is caught in is a spirit that's caught in a time loop.
It has no idea where to go.
Right. I noticed a strong smell of Elkie. Elkie says, I noticed a strong smell of coffee before, but I don't know anyone who passed away that I could associate with the smell at the time. Okay, so exactly. So my thought is that could be a transient experience, unless she's smelling it on a regular basis. So if it's a regular occurrence and it's just the odor, then that's possibly a residual energy, meaning, like Jeff said, you're only going to smell that odor. It'd be like say your grandfather smokes cigars every night at 5:00. Well, every night at 5:00, you're still smelling cigar smoke, all right,
or whiskey,
but nothing else is going on. This is just hypothetical. So, like, you're not hearing doors slam or lights going on and off or hearing footsteps or any of that. If all you're hearing, if all you're hearing is the cigar smoke, you might have issues.
That's right.
You might need some help.
I hear smells. I smell sounds. I need help.
I smell dead people sounds.
That's right.
What?
Number 9 tastes like purple.
But you get what I'm saying. So if you're, so that's why I ask people when they're checking us out and blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to give everybody the big picture of everything. So the big picture would be, or different picture, overall picture. Don't just focus on the cigar smell or whatever this smell might be. Focus on what else is happening. Yeah. Because that's going to determine whether you possibly are dealing with a residual energy or an intelligent energy. Is where I'm getting at.
Exactly.
Right.
So if you're dealing with if it builds, so like if you have an intelligent, if it starts off as cigar smoke, and then you hear footsteps, and a couple weeks later, and then you still smelling this again, and you know what I'm saying, the things start to happen, then you might have more to be concerned about. But a residual energy might just get on your nerves, but that's about all it's going to do. I mean, they're just caught in like a time loop, and we could go doing it. Huh?
I agree, time loop.
Yeah, or they're doing the same thing over and over.
Some spirits don't know they're actually passed on.
Right.
So they were just going on routine. To them, they get up out of bed, they fry eggs, even though they're not really frying eggs, but they're going about in an energetic way what they would always do. And if they happen to walk by you doing their normal thing on their frequency, and they're smoking their cigar or dipping their stuff, in my grandfather's case, you happen to catch that whiff because you happen to cross over into that frequency.
Right.
Which is why you would catch that whiff of smoke or like you said, a smell of whiskey or a smell of cigar, or even like my grandfather's case, dipping snuff.
Right.
So it's just all about that moment, I guess you could say.
But those are the things you need to, so I wouldn't immediately freak out if you smell cigar smoke. You know what I mean? Don't go, oh my gosh, my house is haunted.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you might be experiencing some sort of transient type energy and or residual type energy that may or may not be going to stay with you in a long period of time.
Exactly, because
same thing with the perfume.
Yeah.
I believe that to be cigar smoke and the perfume smoke to be related as far as what we've been talking about. You know what I mean? As far as somebody had mentioned, a friend of mine, Paul, had mentioned that he was wondering if the smell of perfume could mean a sign of love, or some sort of emotion. And I found that he just mentioned this to me on Facebook a few days ago, and I found that interesting.
Okay. I think if when it comes to certain smells, like I guess passed on loved ones, I think they assign a signature smell that they are more familiar with. So if like your grandmother or a mother or someone who's passed on, if they always wore a particular perfume and you knew nothing else about, like you didn't know how their hair smelled or just a little thing like that, you didn't pay no attention to that, but you knew.
I don't know how my hair smells.
I know.
I had to go there.
Well, I guess I'm the only one
Yeah,
here.
your hair smells terrific.
But I think, I think certain spirits or entities.
I mean, you tell me this stuff right when I'm drinking a Pepsi.
Well, don't do that.
Not that I'm trying to get any product placement or anything. Pepsi.
We'll blur it out. The same way we smell sounds. We'll blur out that word.
Right.
But I think some entities assign a smell to them or a scent that you're familiar with. Like, I ain't go back to my grandfather again, but I can't tell you nothing about my grandfather. I couldn't tell you. I mean, he died when I was like 11. I can't tell you what cologne he wore. I couldn't tell you about the cigarettes that he smoked. All I know is I still recall that smell of snuff. And whenever I think he's around, was when I smell it, it comes out of nowhere. That's that smell attached to him for me to recognize that's him. So when it comes to perfumes or even cigar smokes, I think certain entities will attach a familiar scent to them, especially if they're human entities, for example. I mean, because darker entities is more, like you said a while ago, more
Keep
foul.
talking, I'm going to do another
more
test.
foul. Even you could say like sulfury smell for foul entities, or urine, or any type of foul smell. I think certain energetic entities attach themselves to certain smells. That's the best way to really explain. That's just my explanation for it.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure there's somebody else that would have better explanation, but that's how I've always been able to defer human spirit activity from anything darker, demented.
But in my here's another, and I'll say, just to add this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hey, Vincent. Thanks, brother. And I'll say this. I don't. In all my experiences, I've never come across a cigar smell and or pure perfume smell that led to any negative audio or video. And that's just for me. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case for everybody, but that's just been the case for me.
Normally, it's just a normal, something somebody just trying to say.
Now let's do this. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about alien odors.
Oh, Lord. My grandmother used a specific kind of powder in her bathroom. It was in this little cardboard thing with a lid on it. You take it off, it had this little powder puff in it. And every once in a while, I think it was Avon, but every once in a while I can smell those.
Was that Avon calling?
I don't know. Could have been. Well, if you want to know what them nasty bastards smell like, they stink.
No, with different.
I've never smelled.
When you say Are you talking about the grays, the reptilians,
yes, sir, the
or
grays? I've never smelled the reptilian was on. There was a piece of glass separating us. The only one that I ever saw, and he was like right there, right there, looking at me.
and you can smell them through the window?
Nope.
Okay.
Couldn't smell that one, but I could smell the other one. That they feel like touching a salamander. That's the lizard that I was trying to think of. They got like damp
Or skink, maybe.
It's just really,
Skanks
really. It's smooth. What's the word? Clammy. Smooth, clammy skin is what they feel like, and they're not cold and they're not warm. And they just got
Well, what do
this odor
they smell? What would you compare it to? Now, what we don't know. We're only basing
really
out on
don't
your
have
personal
anything-
experience, but
I really don't have anything to describe it with. There's nothing that I've ever smelled here that smells like that. I just know that they stink. I don't.
can you
like
smell
their
them
smell.
from a distance?
No.
Or they got to be right on you?
I couldn't. You got to be close to them, but I don't know what they're going to smell like. I don't know what the inside of them is going to smell like, but I'm getting ready to find out. But I do know that they stink. And Alyssa, for whatever reason, woke me up the other night whooping something. And when
One of your cats.
my cat, she tore somebody a new asshole. And when I got up, everybody was there waiting on something. And she just had this odor. And it was not quite, but it was almost that odor. And I was thinking, well, maybe she did her job. But it's hard to describe the smell. It's not hard to describe how they feel, but it's hard to describe the smell because it's not overpowering and it's nothing I've ever smelled before. Ever.
Now, Brandon, have you experienced any of that with any kind of smells with your UFOs or
Not with any UFO sightings. I have a paranormal experience a couple of years ago that I smelled sulfur 5 nights in a row.
Yeah, I got my blade ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that maybe next episode, or
Son of a bitch, I'm gonna put a hole in it. Goddamn, I'm gonna
see if our trap. All right. Well, you know what? Since Vincent mentioned that, why don't we just go ahead? So here, you're welcome to join us.
Oh no, go ahead.
I mean, you're welcome to join us on. So
I know what's going on.
So here's what we're gonna.
I do.
Damn right you can come with us.
I did say we were going to talk about that this
We're gonna
episode,
see
didn't
if
I?
we can't trap one of them son of a bitches.
So one of our viewers.
We quiet. I'm hunting ways.
Yeah. All I got to say is if it winds up in the net, that son of a bitch is going.
So
somebody-
you just said net. Now, if we happen to see one of these predator nets, y'all on your own.
That's right. That's right. Because they're going to be catching us.
Little 3 triangles.
Yeah,
I I've seen that
hope
movie.
it can outrun a 45 because I'm getting ready to unload that son of a bitch about a
Well,
thousand.
make sure you got enough ammo.
I do.
I know you do.
I
So
got plenty.
we have a plan.
Dylan, get down.
And I'll rub cat shit on them before
I got
I
all
shoot
of
'em, too.
I got all this alien stuff into my head now.
Have you seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger alphabet? Huh?
I have.
That thing is freaking hilarious.
Get to the chopper. Get down.
Dylan is D.
It's not a tumor.
Y'all
Dylan,
need
you
to-
son of a bitch.
Y'all need to look up.
Sorry, I channeled my little swamp.
No, man, that's funny. Y'all need to look up. Y'all hadn't seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger alphabet video that's on
They go through all
Facebook.
letters of the alphabet of a movie.
Out of movies
from
from
phrase. Kindergarten Cop, Terminator.
Zero. It's
Zero.
zero now.
You're now Sub-Zero. You're now zero.
It's zero.
Fucking love it.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a plan that we're trying to put in place with one of our viewers, Mr. Vincent. He's on right now. And the plan is we're going to go to Oak Island.
Yeah, and I hope they're listening because they need to bring some friends with them. I'd like to get
We're going to go to Oak, and we're going to probably Facebook Live it.
That's fine.
I'm going
That's
to
fine.
hijack me a UFO.
We are.
Yeah, you can have that. I just want to
Vincent
read the
has
little
a-
bastard that comes out of
We're
it.
not going to unveil his plan because we don't want anybody to steal his idea. But he has devised a plan,
And I can't wait to see
and we are going to set this plan in action here real soon.
All right.
it. Yeah,
And down at Oak Island, at a spot that we go to normally to
just
to Skywatch.
And
And
it's very active.
we're going to try to trap us an alien, folks. That's right. You heard it right here on the Cape Fear Soul Seeker Show vlog. Stream stopped.
See? Them
Froze.
son of a bitches.
Yeah.
Them
Talk
son
about
of a
aliens and
bitches.
it freezes up.
Give me a test.
I'm going to do a test. Okay.
They
let's
know
do
we're
a
talking
test.
about them. I hope they bring their damn buddies.
I don't know
Bring
why.
your damn mama while you at it, you greasy
why my
bastard, because
stream's
I'll
stopping.
fix her ass where she can't have no more.
Test.
Come on, I'll show you.
Where'd you go?
Oops, hang on.
I hate them things.
We're checking our audio or our video testing again, folks. All right. Well, his test just
Yeah,
worked.
it worked.
A test 5 messed that up. I couldn't spell test. It was test.
All right. So that's the thing. We're gonna
Yeah, we're gonna
try to catch us and bag and tag us an alien. Working again. Thank you. We're just gonna have to do that about every.
There's something else I want to throw out there too while we're on before we get completely out of the everything. Not everybody is unafraid of our interests as we are.
That's right. He said them gray bastards are messing with us.
Vincent, did you hear the
They
Schwarzenegger
are.
impersonations? Or did that get bleeped out?
Did he hear the Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations that Brandon did?
The Alien Predator.
Alien?
Did you hear any of those earlier?
I don't
Or did
know.
it all just
We'll find out. It's
better way
there's
than
there's some sort of delay
y'all missing
from the
awesome
camera to
perspectives.
Facebook probably, or on Facebook. I'm gonna blame it on Facebook.
Well, there's people the people that are asking us questions may be more afraid of what's going on than we would be if we encountered it. Because when my girls tell me there's something outside, I walk out with. I don't take a flashlight with me. I take 4 or 5 of my weapons and a whole bunch of ammunition, and I don't need a light.
Right.
I walk out the front door, and if the street lights are on, they're too damn bright for me at night.
By the way, Jeff's not a very big fan of him, but he does have a lot of knowledge about him. So we like to get his knowledge and
And I think I know they watch us.
oh yeah, they watch it.
They're
No, they're
monitoring.
If
If I walked outside,
I caught some of them. Okay, he caught some of their
Oh,
impersonations.
that's so
Good.
terrible.
so he got to hear them.
Yeah, well, it'll be on the. You'll be able to once it catches up. You'll hear it on the replay if they watch it. You know. So, but that's what we're trying to do, folks. Now that we're back, we're going to try to. We're going to try to tag us an alien.
I'm gonna go out there in full Schwarzenegger cosplay.
It's coming,
Camouflage.
and we're going to Facebook Live it at least part of it,
Dylan,
and we'll let y'all know exactly when we're
You
going
can
to do it.
go. I want you to go.
that's cool.
Um,
I'm a bring my son of
I haven't,
bitches.
I haven't seen nothing.
Once we
about
get
the
Vincent involved and get him over
I
here
hate 'em.
and actually put it all together. So,
And I hope it ain't one of their damn scout robots. I want it to be one.
Shane, y'all have any plans for the upcoming?
That's Saturday, isn't it, Shane?
Yeah, I think
It
that
is.
is.
Meteor shower.
Not really. We
I don't know nothing
you know,
about
but you know that's another
They
interesting.
always say that. And by they, I mean
Thank you
other,
for mentioning that, Shane. Appreciate that.
Other people have always said that during meteor showers, there's always a lot of activity being seen. Like while everything is flying in
Hey,
one direction.
Hang on, Shane. Let me repeat those. Y'all have any? Shane says y'all have any plans for the upcoming? What is that?
Orionoid.
Orion or meteor shower. You know, we could talk about that too. That could be a whole segment on ways to enter the atmosphere
Well,
without
that's
being
what he
detected.
was just talking about.
Yeah.
They use it for camouflage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that could absolutely be a way for them to get in meat.
meat. That's right. Yeah, fresh meat.
You know, and it's amazing to me that we've had quite a few meteor showers this year.
We have, yeah.
You know,
I think the last 2 months.
coincidence? I think not.
Not. You know what else? I guarantee you, if one of my
Meteor shower. Wait, I can't. Where are my quotes?
Meteor shower.
Thank you. Yeah, meteor showers. They're basically their way of saying
A better way to enter the
That's
atmosphere
it.
under the
Sneak
cover
in
of
the back
that's
way.
it. We're gonna
Yeah.
sneak in
Old
through.
man.
But no, I don't really have any plans. I'm interested. That stuff always fascinates me. I just always forget about it and usually sleep through it. But not because I don't not like it. I just
Every time that I've gone to Fort Fisher for the meteor shower, just to watch,
right.
it's foggy.
Yeah.
It's been foggy the past 2 years.
Coincidence? I
Uh,
think not.
And then the next time we go to the point, that's when we go down there.
Yeah.
I hope
Well,
it ain't-
they you know
I
the
hope
other
it
side
ain't
is
smoky. It needs to be good and dark.
You know, I don't. Part of me wants to announce
It needs to be low.
that we're going to do it and when we're going to do it. The other part of me wants to not see nothing about it, just go do it because
we'll
they'll
get up with Vincent, but we'll find that we'll pick a night when it's going to be real dark. That's the darker the better. You can see a lot better, or I can.
Why do I feel like we're going to be on the History Channel as the men that set out to go trap an alien, but were never seen from again?
Oh no, they'll find me. They'll find me because like in every scary
you know, like the Lost
situation.
Colony. We'll be like the Lost Colony.
Yeah, I will be.
Well, I'll bring the beast with me. If she takes a chunk out of one of them, I hope she don't eat it because it's going to give her the shits. I know how
That's
it
that
is.
fried alien bacon. It tastes like chicken.
Protein, man. It's protein.
Alyssa-
Get your protein.
Unless they got that sick blood, but it's you away.
Alyssa likes raw hamburger meat.
But that's interesting. I mean, you know, it would not surprise me if they used meteor showers.
No, I'm sure they do.
It would surprise me at all if that was one of many tactics they have.
And the funny thing about the meteors and all the things that are entering our atmosphere is they're all different colors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Whatever they're made of is what the color they're going
Yeah,
to
they
burn.
create different chemicals, ions, and all that when they enter the atmosphere.
Yeah, and they can just
Orange,
blend
yellow,
right
blue,
in.
purple.
So let's. So we talked about the odors pretty good for a while. I say we wrap up this. I want to switch back onto the ghostly side of things. I gotta come up with a better word. I don't like. You only like to say the spirit side of things, maybe.
Well, that's fine.
So, and again, look, we've had an awesome video blog tonight. I want to thank all of our viewers, regulars and newer viewers. I've noticed some new people logging on. For the new people, we do this every Sunday night between 8 and 8:30, depending on when we all can get together. No offense to you, Jeff.
No, I just.
I'm saying that in general because we're all going to have a day.
Call me, I won't get my check.
No, and I didn't. That was not geared towards you at all.
Oh, I know.
I missed last week because I had a killer headache.
Yeah, it didn't happen. So, but we do it every Sunday. We're on all things paranormal blog, video blog. We're trying to catalog all of our, and we also stream past. But we're behind on putting some video blogs and podcasts up on our website. We're trying to get it to where you can go straight to our website and or our YouTube channel to watch all the video blogs that I feel worthy to, that I feel are internet worthy. And you'll be able to view them at our YouTube channel at Cape Fear Soul Seekers Show on YouTube. And you can watch us. Eventually, you'll be able to watch us on at www.capefearsoulseekers.com. And we're also working on a TV reality show, Cape Fear Soul Seekers Show. We have 2 full episodes on our YouTube channel and 2 full episodes on our website. If you want to check out what Cape Fear Soul Seekers is all about, they're shorts, only about 8 minutes long. Well, not shorts like my shorts, but like short in length. So. Y'all get all that?
Yeah.
Everybody got that?
If I didn't, it's on repeat.
Yeah. So that's what's up. So for this last segment, and I guess we're going to run out of time. Usually I do a equipment segment too, but I guess we're going to run out of time again for that. So one of these days I'll freaking get some equipment back up here and do another equipment segment. So for this last segment, though, like I said, also for new viewers, Jeff and I have got well over 20 years as paranormal investigators and UFO hunters, and Brandon has tons of astrology experience and also UFO. He's also an investigator with Cape Fear Soul Seekers.
I probably have maybe 10 years myself of just personal experiences from things that I've witnessed in the both
and just his knowledge in general in the alien side of things.
Info
and his astrology. We try to bring his astrology in. I feel it's relative to what we're talking about. So, absolutely, I feel it's important. So anyway, so sorry about that. So, but with that being said, when a lot of times over the past 12 years or so, we get reports of spirits haunting facilities that are, when it comes to a female, they seem to always be dressed in white. Not always, but a lot. And we also get a lot of multiple reports of a male spirit dressed in all black, looks like 30s attire, beard, and a top hat, like a white, the 30s shirt, tux almost, black, all black pit. So I want to talk about this for just a few minutes. I know it's getting late, and we appreciate everybody once again, but my thing is, when it comes to the man in black, now, there's a difference between the man in black and men in black.
Right.
I feel that the man in black, and this is just my personal opinion, folks. I feel that to be a demonic. I don't even feel that to be a spirit, because of the reports that follow his sightings. And I'm telling y'all, if you ever see this man, please be cautious. Cautious is a good word. I would not.
Don't be using a Ouija board around.
I would not feel comfortable if
this
that
person
man
any
was.
kind of energy.
If you'd seen that, I'd like to get Brandon to draw him for me,
I ever see him? Or just draw from
or just for my descriptions.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, awesome. Brandon's also a pretty well-known artist. Got a couple of comic books out, and very well known. Yeah, we'll get more into that when we have more time. I like to plug his stuff as well. So, but anyway, but when it comes to the woman in white, or the spirits of women in white, I don't know. I don't have anything on that. Y'all, why can't she be the woman in purple?
I don't know.
If y'all understand, anybody still watching understand? Might want to do another test.
I'm just going. Okay, do another test.
Yeah,
I'll do. That's what I was kind of getting to, but the page kept.
Jeff, while he's, your thoughts. Why do we get so many reports?
I don't know.
Of women and they could be dressed in different time periods, like 30s clothes or modern, but they're usually wearing dresses. Very rarely you get, she had jeans on and a cut off shirt and
it's usually
and boots or something, or
it's usually a dress.
It's usually a dress, and it's usually yeah. Okay. What in the world just happened?
You're going to delete my comment.
No, I don't want to delete it.
So you're doing, you're going to edit, you're going to manage mode.
How do I get out of it?
Click above it somewhere. Just like above out of it. Or not. Insert emoji. See that happens. Just do that. Just do it just to kind of do something.
I don't know what's going on.
Damn internet!
Yeah. They're just watching this.
Yeah. So
what can I do to fuck with these boys?
Yeah.
You look like I'm clapping our cheeks, eating our meat. I got something for y'all.
I don't want to do that. Something screwy is going on my laptop, of course.
Of course.
Wow. So while I try to fix that, why don't you both of you all talk about what your thoughts are on the women in white, and why do we not get? I've heard about a lady spirit haunting a place in California at a restaurant that was a lady in blue.
Well, and then I've heard of a few that were gray, and maybe a combination of gray and white, or mostly they're like a cloud.
Yeah.
A mist.
Well, with a mist, a cloud, you would automatically get a white or gray apparition
color.
anyway.
Yeah.
Seeing any individual colors would probably you have to be like really up on it, I guess, to really make out any individual colors. And even then, they would probably be transparent and very light complected.
It'd be hard to pick features out too.
It would be.
All right, so Shane got a laugh out loud. So sorry again for the delay. Stupid laptop. And I'm an IT guy. Go figure. All right, so
It's an HP, that's why.
both of these are.
Um,
You're ragging on my HPs, man. I like my HPs. They are kind of old though. I need to upgrade. So I got a Lenovo. Brand. It's only like 8 months old. ThinkPad, and this thing was outworking it.
Yeah. Back when the old stuff was made to last.
Yeah. So
The new stuff's made to break.
yeah. made the break. So anyway, feel free to mess with my mic. Feel free to add some comments on that. Chime in. And even when we get reports on female girl spirits, when it comes to the attire, they're not ever very descriptive at all.
No, that's what we were just talking about. If it's a cloud or a mist, it's going to be the color that we're talking about, either gray or white, or it could be a black mist.
You don't want that.
It's like a shadow.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Now,
Go ahead.
the only thing I would maybe want to add to that would be, is it them controlling? Could they be controlling the way we perceive them? And that's how they want us to visualize them, or is that just the way most of them are going to be because of by design?
Well,
I mean, we don't have really an idea. These are just some thoughts.
I think, just from how energy is, it takes them a lot of energy to manifest.
Manifest,
So,
period. Right.
If it's taking that much energy to just us see a transparent figure of them,
Right.
and they probably burn themselves out of endoplasm before they can even try to give themselves any real distinctive color features. I mean, like
Well,
color
and maybe
coding.
the white is part of them manifesting, capturing all kinds of color
Could be, yeah.
around them and it just comes out white.
It could be.
Now, back to your earlier question about, I guess people like in the 30s and all that.
Right.
I guess you gotta really think of the era that they lived in. There probably wasn't no other type of night attire other than white colors. I mean, like being a little stereotypical, like the old 19.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of reds and greens
Yeah,
and purples
and
back then.
Blue, for example, blue is a color that's not made in nature. You have to make that by mixing things. So
Here's Shane says, I think the reason you hear more about ghosts in periods of dresses or old time clothing is because you see something like that. It's old about our place. For our time, you could have a person walk by your office building
that's what I was
door
getting to,
in
yeah.
normal clothing, and you might not even think twice. It's the stuff that doesn't belong that makes you do it. That's right. That's
I was
right.
getting there, Shane. You put the words right on the screen before I could talk.
So go
As
ahead and
always,
expand
Shane,
on
thank
that.
you, Shane. You always do this, Shane. You always help me somehow.
He knows
Shane-
people.
Shane's kind of what Shane's like, man, he ain't no. I can co-host that.
Thank you, Shane.
Watch out, man. Brandon's on you now.
Brandon's going
I'm gonna
to have his
I'm
own
gonna send
UFO before
Sebastian on
long.
him. Sebastian's like an alternate persona. That's
That's
what people
what I'm here for.
Shane.
So expand on that.
Oh well, Shane pretty much said like I said that those attires and most people.
Anything that looks out of place.
Yeah, and most. Let's be honest.
It's what everybody's going to notice.
Anybody in those kind of attire, like plain white clothing, you won't walk around in the street like that. So probably a lot of them spirits or passed away at nighttime.
So if they're going to want to be noticed, they're going to want to be noticed.
Right.
I mean, and they're going to want to make a statement. That
Yeah.
makes perfect
And
sense.
downtown,
It really does.
downtown, there was that story where that one person, what happened? I guess it was like he killed on a horse back in the 1800s, and you could hear the horse collapse down.
I know that
Then
story.
I'm just perfect.
They tell it on the ghost
Yeah,
walk.
on the
or
ghost
one
walks,
of
yeah,
them,
but
yeah.
when they say they do see the man, he is wearing very attire of like that period, like
Right.
and that's like
Distinctive attire.
distinctive, like
right.
what, like the buttons of a soldier, like.
Right.
But that was like it happened. Those sightings happened like what, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night.
Right.
And if you're out and not like downtown partying, drunk, and all that, you notice that would stand out distinctively.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Anybody around us that's the past 10, 20 years, they would be in a business attire or casual attire. I mean, just whatever.
Shane, thanks so much for that, man. I appreciate
So
that.
they manifest that.
Yeah.
And if we're not paying attention,
Thanks for your comment.
we would not, especially if they were like transparent. If we were not paying attention, we would just pass them by.
Right. You wouldn't even notice.
But also, like it goes back to energy, and these spirits need energy to manifest themselves. I think one reason why we don't see a lot around a lot of populated areas like this is that we have too many electronic devices that are creating blockage of energy.
And it makes it confusing.
Yeah,
I agree.
and they can't pull because when they pull energy, I mean,
They got to know where they're coming from.
The environment. That's why we see cold air when it might not be cold at all, but they're pulling from the environment around them to manifest. That's why we see we could be 70 degrees, and then you start seeing
well, just like my studio, I've got like tons of different types of devices in here, tons, and it might be difficult, like you said, for them to manifest in here because they wouldn't be able to lock in on any one. Right. They might not be able to lock in on one solid piece enough. Yeah. To pull enough in. That's good.
Physical manifestations
good point too.
They occur at night usually. Like old restaurants that for example, they have stories of them seeing things. Well, there's also stories about things happening in the day, like ladles moving or pots sliding off the tables. That's activity. But they're not manifesting. Usually, when these manifestations happen, it happens what? After closings, when there ain't no one. Well, I ain't gonna say people are around, but people see them.
Right. So but they don't think. They might not be thinking that there's someone around.
Computers will probably turned off. There ain't no cell phones or watches. There's nothing blocking that energy that they need to pull from.
Right. They can be more specific on where they want to pull.
That's why things happen late at people's houses because TVs are turned off, or at restaurants, or old banks, or just whatever. I mean, these spirits.
And there's less activity too.
Exactly. That makes really good sense. All of that. I mean, whew, that's another mind exploding. Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's I appreciate everyone's. I'm glad y'all were able to chime in on that, and because I wanted to just touch on those two apparitions because of how many reports we get of those, and I think we got a lot of good ideas flowing and some good comments. And Shane, we realized that Shane wants Brandon's job.
I'm sure we'll give you a spirit in this little studio, and then we'll manifest you.
Well, we got a few in here, so Shane might make some friends. So we're going to kind of wrap this one up, folks. It's been a great one. I apologize. I don't know what the delay thing is. It still was better than last Sunday, but we're having a little delay issue, so I apologize about that.
Full moon last weekend.
Yeah, and they were out here working on the internet last weekend too. Okay. So, but we're going to go ahead and sign off. We appreciate everybody. Eventually, these will be on our website, so you can watch them again. That was not a ghost; it was a car or motorcycle. And you will also be able to hear some audio if you would rather listen to audio than watch the video. That will also be we record all of this on our audio program for podcasts. So thank y'all so much. Appreciate the new viewers. We appreciate the regulars. Thanks for your comments and staying up with us. We will be back on next Sunday, probably around the same time. So if you please come back and feel free to continue your awesome comments. We appreciate all of y'all. Again, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Jeff?
Yes. Do yourself a favor and get yourself a cat.
Brandon?
I ain't got a damn thing.
Yeah, you do. Where's yours?
I don't got it. Forgot it.
Oh, come on. It was good. Something about a button.
I'll whip it out, sling it. I don't know. I can't remember.
Matt DeVito here saying, question everything. We got one more comment here. We're going to check on. Vincent, I missed last week's episode. Steelers were playing. I get it, bro.
No excuse.
Look, man, we're going to be getting up with you soon on this catch and not release.
That's exactly right.
Exercise we were wanting to get into. We appreciate you being on tonight. We appreciate Elkie. We appreciate Adam, our regular viewers, as well as new viewers. I can't remember most everybody. I know I'm horrible. Sorry. But thank y'all so much. I'm going to go back and check everybody's comments and likes. And if you like this, give us your likes and loves, please, as much as you can. If you really like the episode and its playback is good, please feel free to share it as much as you want to, folks. That's why we're here. Share. Love to see y'all sharing this stuff. So Yeah, so we're gonna Vincent will be getting up with you soon. Shane, thanks for your comments. Everybody else, Elkie as well. We're gonna call it a night, man. I just hope everybody has a good week, and hope to see you all back here next Sunday evening around the same time. There's a moth floating around my legs, so that's why I look down. So anyway, we're out of here, folks. Thank you all so much. Keep an eye on the sky. You never know. You might miss something if you don't.